something, the Bardock special is still one of the best things to ever come out of Dragon Ball. Look, I don't really have an opening for this figure. I just like Bardock, and I'm happy to have a Bardock. From Bandai's Dragon Ball Super Dragon Stars line, this is Bardock. If you don't know who Bardock is, he is the father of Goku, and he was an irrepentant monster. He helped bring genocide to thousands of planets before the Saiyans were wiped out, and then he never redeemed himself. He just wanted to keep his species alive. Like, he didn't have a moral quandary with Frieza. It was just, he didn't want to be killed by Frieza. And I actually really like that. I like the fact that Goku's lineage is a proud warrior, sure, a warrior who has principles, but those principles are not moral. They're almost entirely based around, don't mess with my planet. It's fun. It'd be like if Jor-El was actually like a psychopath. And then on the back you can see, there's other figures in this wave. We actually already looked at Cooler. I don't think I need Super Saiyan Gogeta. I don't need the Vegeta. If out of all of these, the only ones that I don't have that I might want might be Super Saiyan Blue Vegeta, but at the same time, I'm not too sure. Let's actually look at the figure. I mean, that kind of looks like him tying the bandana around his head, right? Kinda. Look, I know I'm not as into Dragon Ball as a lot of others, but I am a Dragon Ball fan. And Bardock, I always feel like you kind of have to be trepidatious when you talk about him, because he's kind of like a sacred cow of the Dragon Ball fandom. Now, looking at him, right? He has a lot of good points. The head sculpt is actually pretty solid, except I hate this. They did it on a lot of Gokus too. The bangs are so long, they cover up the eyes, and you can't get the head back far enough to kind of remedy that. So I wish they changed that. Other than that, the head's fine. The body looks solid enough. You have a universal joint at the shoulder, very clickety. You have an upper arm rotation. You should have a double jointed elbow, but it really only works as well as a single joint. You have a universal at the wrist though. You have a swivel at the waist. You have a universal hip as well as drop down, but it is impaired by the armor. You have a double jointed knee, but again, it doesn't work as well as some other double jointed knees. And you have up and down at the ankle. Unfortunately, Bardock is kind of like his son Goku and Vegeta before them, in that for whatever reason, the Saiyans just can't get a good figure out of this line. At least not as good as, say, the Cells and the Coolers and the Beeruses of the world. It feels like this line really thrives when they're doing not human designs. Even still, the look of the figure is spectacular. It'd be better if he came with better accessories, though. He only has the kind of key blast hands. Again, with Dragon Stars, accessories is not their strong suit. Also, this might just be an issue of mine, but he has a very, very loose forearm. Only on this side, granted, but that's not fun. Overall, if you need a Bardock for your shelf, and you don't want to buy the Figuarts Bardock, this one's solid. It looks fine. That said, the Figuarts Bardock got re-released recently. I think you can get him for like $40. And nowadays, this Bardock goes for like $30-$40, so keep that in mind. What I will say is that for Dragon Stars, this isn't the best figure. This isn't even close to the best figure. It falls in the same traps a lot of the other Saiyans do. But, at the same time, it's Bardock, so how bad can it be?